Hey, this is Trevor Sternad from the Black Dahlia Murder here, and you're listening to the Everblack podcast.
Hey, human scum, this is odorous from Guam.
Going to the Fear Factory.
This is George Corsh Under Fisher.
This is Jazz from Devil Drop.
This is Wade from Our Last Enemy.
Mike Nick from Suicidal Tendencies.
Hey, this is Wednesday 13.
This is Rex from Kill Devil Hill.
This is Gary Big from Sepultura. You're listening to Everblack Podcast.
Jono, aka Dr. Jon, how are you going down there tonight? You all right?
Good, Nev. Cold. How are you?
Grim and frostbitten up here.
Yeah, it's a real black metal vibe down here.
Yeah,
yeah, it's
Can you
good.
open your
Actually,
window?
it's a nice change. Just like a little bit of kind of hatred coming from the sky.
You open your window and there's like a bath out your window going. Yeah, bunch of black metal dudes in your garden. Yeah.
Yeah. Look out onto the horizon. I can just see all these arms rising up from the houses. Nice.
Well, of course, Dr. Colossus have returned to smash ear holes with your new single Pick a Bar, which is the first taste of your new album. Now, bear with me. I'm a stupid moron with an ugly face and a big butt, and my butt smells, and I like to kiss my own butt, which is out on May 26th. It's quite a mouthful. Did I say it right? I did, didn't I?
You did, yeah.
Right.
You did very well, actually. You've got it written down, I'm sure. But
I do.
did you memorize it?
No, I even reading it this time of night is difficult. But I've been lucky enough to hear it. It's phenomenal, bro. Like, I knew it would be good,
awesome.
but I was actually really, really surprised. It's got all it's hooky, it's catchy, it's heavy, but it's also the thing that took me by surprise is the fact it's also got a bit of an emotional weight to it as well. There's some bits in it that's quite moody and got a melancholy vibe to it. I didn't expect.
Yeah, it's interesting talking to someone else about this because very, very few people outside our circle have listened to it. So you're one of the very few. Yeah, there's definitely a melancholy vibe on this one. I think it's just like, I guess, two reasons. One is that I think it makes the funnier, rockier parts more contrasted. So when it does kick into a fun section, it really does kick with some bombastic bits, and the other part is just as grim and as real as it is. We all have probably suffered the loss of Nath the last few years, and actually genuinely I think some of that kind of reflective melancholic stuff has actually come through in some of the music. So it's probably a bit of a combo of the two. We're growing up as players, but yeah, we also just want to make when we kick out of a somber section into a fun sort of kick and riff, it gives it a little bit more punch, I think.
100%. I'm not saying that it's all sad, man. There's parts on this album that are just so man. The way it kicks off. And it's got so many great moments. It's a fun fucking album, dude. Like, it's a total ride. You got.
I appreciate it.
I feel like I'm spoiling something here, but it's.
Nah, it's okay. Yeah, there's definitely we took some risks, I guess, in terms of just like the opening track you're talking about. It just like we wanted to start. It was Mike's idea was to start the last record, the Dank, very slow and very empty. And then the way we start this record, we just thought we've got to just do the complete and equal opposite of that. So we just absolutely come and charge out of the gates as soon as the album starts.
So good. But also the production is incredible. That's stepped up. You know, you're experimenting with more different sounds and things like that. Like you've got some Middle Eastern sounding stuff in there, and you've got like that awesome organ solo on Lard Lad as well. I mean, it sounds like you guys really pushed yourself to the absolute limits. Was it difficult?
I think maybe getting the what we were hearing in our heads to happen was difficult. I think this is one of those records where we didn't really restrain ourselves and hold back on stuff. So if in the past where we might have gone, oh, that's not really us, or how silly would it be if we did that? Well, we're not going to do it because this is the sort of band we are. And I think on this record, everyone was throwing ideas around, and we were very accepting of every kind of direction that could come at it, and we'd try it all. So when there was the idea of that organ solo, the organ solo is played by a guy called Bob Frizema, who's just an absolute lord. We were kind of like, this is the section where you would in a 70s rock band, this is where a massive organ solo would come in, and it would be on a Hammond, and it would be through a B3, and it would be through a Leslie, and it would sound monstrous. And then this album, we were like, well, let's do it. Let's find someone who's got a Hammond and who actually can play it through a Leslie and like tear it up. So I guess pushing and getting those details in there was difficult, but in some ways it's far less difficult than compromising and saying, oh, well, we're not going to do that and regretting it. So this album, I think if you chatted to any of the boys about this record, they'd say that there's very few regrets about the choices we made.
Was there anything that you wanted to do that you were like that just was just so that it might end up later on down the track?
Most of the things that not so much. Most of the things that we flirted with doing, we tried, and some of those ideas didn't work, so they didn't stick. But we any crazy idea we had, we tried it. Including like the ideas of getting in other vocalists. We were working on, I mean, we were straddling the line with, there's a track on the album called Hummingbird of Bengal, which is a sort of Warren Zevon, Werewolves of London, tip of the hat, but to Apu. And we sort of address Apu's the issue that was surrounding his voice actor being a man of color, playing a man of color being played by a white guy, and so we sort of thought like it would be really interesting to have Apu's character a really staunch Yankee American sounding like a Clutch style vocal, and so we were trying tablas and sitars and all sorts of stuff that we, as four white musos with no idea about Bengali music, probably shouldn't have been playing around with all that much without it sounding like a piss take.
No, it doesn't.
So there was a few things like that where we were like, well, let's try some Middle Eastern stuff out, but you really have to be careful, I think, with standing up or parodying another kind of cultural sound. Otherwise, it just sounds like you're taking the piss, which which we never really. We want to take the piss out of a lot of things, but not other cultures.
No, and it doesn't come across that way, like Mendoza and stuff. Like, doesn't come across that way at all. Like,
Yeah, that's good.
no, lyrically, it's good. But is there a bit in that Hummingbird song where it's where it goes?
No, it's just a little
Is somewhere in there?
It's a guitar. It's just the way that Joel's kind of tweaked one of the lead guitar tones to just have a sort of that slight, buzz to it.
Man, that's one of my favorite bits.
Guitar.
when I used to work retail, that's and do long weeks. That's what we'd say at the end of it. We go, me.
We've all been there. Yeah,
man.
I used to work in an electronics shop, and on those quiet days, you were just buzzing around the TVs for sure.
Well, let's have a look. If you're cool with breaking it down a little bit and explaining each track.
Sure.
Of course,
I probably put all your listeners to sleep, but I'm happy to talk about it for sure.
No, okay. So of course, Sex Cauldron. That's like Krusty the Clown, right? Because you're mentioning the scar, and that bit.
Yeah, that's kind of it's basically like based on that episode where it's literally just a sort of chronicling of Krusty's demise, I suppose, and how his life falls apart, and his kind of quest for excess leaves him a hollow kind of man.
What else is there? There's of course the single "Pick a Bar," which I love.
Pick a bar. Yep, that's pretty literally blow by blow, that episode of Homer forgetting to pick up Bart from the soccer.
That happened to me about a month ago. I'll admit, you
forgot to pick up your
kid in
Bart.
school. Yeah, my Barbette. And it was a stressful day, and I don't usually pick her up from school. And it was literally like there was something. There's So it was.
And who'd have ever thought? Yeah, watching that show, you would be the role of Homer,
mate. Talk about shitty parenting. It's something I'll never forgive myself for. But she's okay.
Yeah, Bart turns out okay too.
Yeah. Wow. Okay, so we've got Lard Lad, which is the big billboards.
Yeah, that's like a sort of that's about the Halloween of Treehouse of Horror episode where Homer takes the Lard Lad's donuts and kind of awakens all of the giants that are on the strip. But it's kind of an anti-advertising ode as well. It's a sort of one of those sort of ballads that's like, it was kind of originally we based it on Iron Man, Sabbath's Iron Man, because a just giant metal kind of monster idea. And that's also the one that's got the ridiculous organ solo midway through.
I love it so much. It's the one where he goes, monsters. He's trying to work it. That's the one, right? Yeah.
Destroy the school.
Yeah. Just don't look.
Just don't look. That's another line that I cut that from there. There was a gang vocal in there originally. Gonna save that for live though.
Okay. All right. That's a good one. So Long Stinktown. That one's Hank Scorpio.
Yeah.
The go-to.
Probably the most requested episode for us to write a new song about. So that's one of Mike's riffs that's been floating around for a little while in his head. He finally got to pen it down to paper.
It's got one of my favorite Simpsons moments in it. You know that bit where Bart's in that class and that kid Warren, he goes,
smack. Yeah.
Every time. Gets me every time. And have I missed one? Oh, we've talked about Hummingbird.
That's the first side. I think you've almost hit all the first side.
Mendoza.
Yeah, that's the sort of a story of revenge. Basically, yeah, just like trying to end Mendoza's reign.
I love it. McBain. I've got McBain. Well, it's not McBain, but it's a big Arnold.
It's the original McBain.
Original McBain right there. I love it. And where are we up to? Oh yeah, Hummingbird. And what am I missing? I feel like I'm missing one.
The final one, Space Coyote.
Of course, which is the
Big
chili.
10-minute monster.
Yeah, I love it. So good, man. So good. It's a journey.
Yeah, so that's another one of those ones we were like, oh, we couldn't do that live. Like a 10-minute song is just going to eat away so much of a set. And then we recorded it and we were like, stuff it. We can do this live.
Do it.
This
Yeah.
will be fine. Yeah.
Man.
So a big part of our set will be that track.
Hey, I can't wait. I can't wait. Because, of course, it's the chili episode. Have you guys dipping your toes in hot sauce? All bands are doing that now.
We've been talking about doing it. I like hot sauce. I think Mike loves hot sauce, and I think the other two boys get into it as well. But yeah, we've got a couple of little. There's amongst hot sauce being one of them, but there's also another gentleman that hit us up that makes mead.
Oh, nice.
Like yeah, the sort of honey liqueur. And quite ancient. So yeah, we're gonna do something with that too.
Nice. Well, man,
So that might come first. You might get the sweet, and then you'll get the spicy a little later on, if that's what you want to.
Mate, I'm down for all of it. I just got the Mentos hot sauce. You know the Mentos?
Oh, nice.
Man, melted my face off. I felt like Homer in the desert. It's heavy.
Much like the Mentos music.
Music. I love it. Yeah, shout out to Kane, the boys. Yeah, and of course the album cover, it's drawn a little bit from influence from Sleep. Is that right?
Very directly. Yeah, we I think maybe inadvertently we told Gleno that we were looking to do a new record cover, but the album was going to be, we wanted something that looked kind of grandiose and desert like, where the sort of scenery dwarfed the characters that were within it. Yeah. And we sent him a few ideas or a few examples of things we'd seen that we liked. And I think we might have even been like, along the lines of Sleep's Dope Smoker record. And Gleno was just like, he just sort of took it all in, processed it in his cauldron in his brain, and he just sent that back to us, and we were like, holy shit, that is so good.
Good, eh?
And so yeah, originally we were going to have our name and title on the cover, and we deliberated for a while and just decided, nah, it's just going to be that artwork. No name, no title. The title can run the entire length of the record spine because it's such a ridiculolously long name.
I can't wait to see that.
And that's only half the artwork as well. The gatefold artwork's incredible. He's done a full fold, much like the original Dope Smoker cover, but it's got a whole heap going on the other side. So yeah, it's an amazing piece of work.
Mate, that's awesome. Of course, I mean, you're going to be hitting the road very soon, and you toured last year with Oakley Dokley. That was pretty epic. How was that tour?
Yeah, that was sick. That was the last shows we did before the plague hit, and so it was like, yeah, we didn't know how lucky we were really to be able to go and do those shows. We got over to New Zealand, and yeah, we well and truly buried the hatchet with Flanders. They're super lovely dudes, and more than happy to kind of share members and jump up on stage. And Joel jumped up with them and played some guitar, and Head Ned jumped up with us, and invaded the stage for Stupid Sexy Flanders in a few of the performances. So yeah, it was a really nice time to hang out with a bunch of guys that are equally as into taking stupid things very seriously.
That's awesome, man. Oh, it sucks, man. It sucks. It's all happened. It's good to see that things are happening again, though. I mean, there was a long period of time where everyone was craving shows, but seems to be coming back, and we're very, very excited that you guys are coming back, and you're kicking off your tour here on the Gold Coast at Mo's, and that is on, what date is that? June 3rd. Just saying
the
that.
Third.
Yeah.
We've established that's the 3rd. I think I told you originally it was the 4th, but I'm glad you fact checked me on that one.
We're gonna have to get a chant going at the show. The Mo.
Well, I suggested Christian just change the name of the venue entirely to Mo's, just add the E to the Mo, just for the one night only. But I'm sure we'll negotiate some other thematic slant to the evening, hopefully. But yeah, I'm super stoked to get up there. That venue's always looked amazing, and I think between you and I, we're going to film that show too. So
yeah.
If you want to
TV,
if you want to get on the DVD, get down.
Yeah, nice. That's going to be incredible. So Christian, we need some flaming Mo's, and we need what else do we need? That's part of Mo's. Mo.
Well,
Mo.
It was a suggestion we had. We've got some trumpet on this album. It was played by my friend Nick Ryan Glennie, and he's going to possibly jump up and do some stuff live in the Melbourne show. And he said to us that if you just have a bar side of stage on the stage so people can see it, any of your guest musicians could just sit at the bar on stage the entire time that you play, and then when it's their turn to get up, they can just get off their bar stools and they're ready to go. I think that's such a good vibe. It's probably worth doing, even just for us regular members.
Yeah, absolutely. I like that idea a lot. Bit of a stage show, mate.
Yeah, so good.
Yeah, and I mean the tour is going to be awesome. You're going to Frankie's. One show sold out already?
It could be. I think that's wishful thinking, but I'll have to have a look. One of them was getting fairly close, but
close, yeah.
I don't think we've called the sold out line on any of them yet. So there are still tickets to a bunch of them.
It's going to be awesome. It's going to be so good. I'm really
should be
looking forward
good.
to it. Yeah,
it'll be the biggest. It'll be the biggest kind of set that we've tried to do, and I guess most kind of in-depth live experience that we've tried to do this far. So yeah,
mate,
it'll be good.
Well, we can't wait, brother. Thanks for hanging out on the show again. It's been good catching up with you. The new album, I'm a Stupid Moron with an Ugly Face and a Big Butt, and my butt smells, and I like to kiss my own butt, is out on May 26th. See, I was reading that then. And it kicks off on June 3rd at Mo's. We'll have all the links down here, as I always say. Brother, thank you again, and we'll see you there for some cold ones. In the meantime, go get those pre-orders, people.
There's a few left. There's some black gatefold vinyl left, so jump in.